Right now, someone over 70 is having a heart attack, and they have no idea it is happening. No chest pain, no collapsing to the floor, no dramatic scene like the ones you have seen in movies. Just a slightly tired afternoon, a little discomfort they blame on indigestion, and a heart that is quietly being damaged in the background while life goes on as normal. This is called a silent heart attack, and it is far more common than almost anyone realizes. Studies suggest that nearly half of all heart attacks show little to no classic warning signs at all. Half, which means the version of a heart attack you have been taught to watch for might not even be the version that happens to you. In the next several minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how a silent heart attack actually begins inside your body, the subtle signs that get dismissed every single day, and the simple steps that can genuinely protect you starting today. Please do not click away from this video. This could be the difference between catching something early or finding out too late. If you are new here, welcome. I am Dr. Edward. This channel exists for one reason: helping you understand your body and protect your health with simple, honest information. Before we continue, please hit that subscribe button and tap the bell. That way, you never miss another video made specifically for you. If this video helps you today, type the number 1 in the comments below. If you feel I could explain something better, type 0. I personally read every comment, and your feedback genuinely shapes what I teach you next. Let me ask you something simple. When you picture a heart attack, what comes to mind? For almost everyone, it is the same scene: sudden, crushing chest pain, someone gasping, clutching their chest, collapsing. That image has been burned into all of our minds by decades of television and movies. But here is the truth that almost nobody tells you. That dramatic version is only one way a heart attack can happen, and for a huge number of people, especially after 70, it is not the way it happens at all. Here is what is actually happening inside your body during a silent heart attack. A heart attack occurs when blood flow to part of your heart muscle becomes blocked or severely reduced, usually because of a buildup of plaque inside a coronary artery. Without enough blood and oxygen, that section of heart muscle begins to suffer damage. In a classic heart attack, your nervous system sends an unmistakable distress signal: sharp, severe pain that demands immediate attention. But in a silent heart attack, that same blockage and damage can occur with a nervous system response that is muted, delayed, or interpreted as something else entirely. Researchers believe this happens more often in people with diabetes, in older adults, and in anyone whose nerve sensitivity has changed with age, because the nerves that would normally send a loud, clear pain signal are not transmitting that signal the same way anymore. The damage to the heart is just as real. The warning system simply fails to ring the alarm the way it should. This is exactly why a silent heart attack is so dangerous. It is not that there are no symptoms at all. It is that the symptoms are quiet, vague, and incredibly easy to explain away. A little unusual fatigue that you blame on a poor night's sleep, a vague discomfort in your chest, back, or jaw that feels more like tightness than pain. A wave of nausea you assume came from something you ate, shortness of breath during a task that never used to bother you, dismissed as simply being out of shape. A cold sweat that appears for no clear reason and then fades away. Each one of these, on its own, seems harmless. Each one gets brushed off, explained away, forgotten by the next morning. But research shows that people who experience a silent heart attack often face the same long-term risk of future cardiac events as those who had an obvious, painful one. The difference is, without the dramatic warning, most people never even seek treatment, and the damage goes completely unaddressed. Here is what makes this even more concerning. A silent heart attack does not always happen just once. Some people experience one, recover without ever knowing what occurred, and go on with their lives completely unaware that their heart has already sustained real, lasting damage. That damaged tissue does not heal back to its original strength. Over time, repeated silent events can weaken the heart's overall ability to pump effectively, eventually leading to a condition called heart failure, which, despite its frightening name, simply means the heart is struggling to keep up with the body's needs. And because nothing dramatic ever happened to prompt a hospital visit, many people only discover a previous silent heart attack by accident during a routine test or scan performed for an entirely unrelated reason. By that point, the opportunity for early treatment has already passed. Now, here is what I genuinely want you to hold on to. Awareness changes everything here. The fact that silent heart attacks exist does not mean you are powerless against them. It means you simply need to know what to actually watch for and take those signs seriously instead of explaining them away. It means understanding which risk factors matter most for you specifically and which simple habits make a real, measurable difference. None of this requires fear. It requires attention and the willingness to act on what your body is quietly telling you. So, let's talk about exactly what to do with this information. First, learn the real warning signs, not just the dramatic ones. Unusual fatigue that lasts for days without a clear cause. Discomfort in your chest, upper back, neck, jaw, or arms that feels like pressure, tightness, or squeezing rather than sharp pain. Shortness of breath with activities that used to feel easy. Unexplained nausea, lightheadedness, or a cold sweat. If you notice several of these together, especially if they are new or worsening, treat that as something worth taking seriously, not something to wait out. Second, know your personal risk factors, because they genuinely change how closely you should be watching. High blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, a family history of heart disease, and smoking history all raise your risk specifically for the silent type of heart attack. If several of these apply to you, talk to your doctor about whether further cardiac screening makes sense, even if you currently feel completely fine. Third, get regular checkups that actually include your heart, not just your general health. A simple blood pressure check, a cholesterol panel, and an EKG when appropriate can catch warning signs long before any symptom ever appears. Fourth, build the basic habits that protect your heart every single day. A daily walk, even just 20 minutes. Reducing salt and processed foods where you reasonably can. Managing stress through activities you genuinely enjoy. And taking any prescribed heart medication exactly as directed, even on the days you feel perfectly fine. None of these 4 steps are complicated, expensive, or extreme. They are small, consistent actions that meaningfully lower your risk over time. Know the quiet signs. Know your personal risk factors. Get the checkups that actually check your heart. Build the small daily habits that protect it. 4 simple steps, and together, they form real protection against a problem that hides in silence. Before you go, I want to share one detail that genuinely surprises most people I tell. Women are significantly more likely than men to experience the silent or atypical version of a heart attack. Instead of chest pain, women more often report unusual fatigue, nausea, back pain, or jaw discomfort as their primary symptom, and these are exactly the signs most commonly dismissed or misattributed to something else entirely. If you are a woman watching this, or if you love someone who is, please take note of that distinction. The textbook image of a heart attack was built around one kind of presentation, and it does not tell the whole story for everyone. None of what we covered today is meant to frighten you. It is meant to replace a dangerously incomplete picture with the full truth, so you are genuinely equipped to protect yourself. Your heart has been working for you every single second for your entire life without ever asking for a single moment of rest. Paying attention to its quiet signals is not paranoia. It is one of the most powerful forms of self-care available to you at any age. Notice the small signs. Take your risk factors seriously and give your heart the attention it has been quietly earning all along. If this video helped you today, please type 1 in the comments and share it with someone you love who needs to hear this just as much as you did. And the video on screen right now covers another quiet warning sign your body sends out long before a major health problem ever shows up. I will see you there.